Good morning, boys and girls. For today, we are going to be talking about one of your favorite things that I found out you boys and girls like to talk about, and that's going to be animals. So, can someone here raise their hand and just name me a couple animals? Okay, you over there. Okay, a bear. That's very big. That's a very big animal. How about you, Elizabeth? An elephant? Yes, that's a great one. Over there. A giraffe. That's a really cool animal. Now, where do we normally see these animals? It sounds like we can see these animals at a zoo, right? Yes, absolutely. So, what I want you boys and girls to think about, look at your hands. We use our hands, right? We use them to grab things, to write, to shower, to grab our food, to eat. What other body parts do we use? Anyone? Raise your hand. Timmy. Your legs, yes. What do we use our legs for? To walk, right? Our mouths, yes. That's a good one. Raise your hand next time, please. We use our mouth to eat, to talk, to express ourselves. So the question of the week that I want all of you boys and girls to focus on is, how is it that animals use their body? Now, a couple of you mentioned some amazing animals with some extraordinary body parts. For example, the elephant. What stands out the most about an elephant? Its long trunk, right? And what do you think that elephant can do with that long trunk? It can grab things, right? It could spray water on itself to shower. These are all important features, and that's one of our vocabulary words. I want you to focus on that. These are all features of the animal that helps them. And features are characteristics, right, of the animal. So I want you to look at the features of these animals that help them live, right, and do their daily basic necessities. So for today, for reading, I want to go ahead and show you on our board. It's a read aloud interactive story, and it's called Animals Working Together. So I want everyone to be quiet. We're going to turn off the lights, and all we're going to do is listen, because there are no words in this story. Okay, this is something that you see one picture and you listen to that clip that belongs to that picture. Okay, there are going to be 4 different pictures, and I will continue to press next and play so you can listen to that part of the story. Okay, so the story is going to be broken up into 4 parts. Okay, there's going to be a beginning, a middle, a then, and an ending. Okay, so let's go ahead and press play. Now, this is when I show them the interactive read aloud, where it would be something about animals, let's say in the jungle, where we can see a giraffe, where we can see an elephant, where we can see a snake. And I want the children to see how these animals use their body parts to either help them or work together as a team. So we also have monkeys in the video, and within the story, we're going to be hearing our vocabulary words of the week. So for example, features would be one, characteristics would be one, behavior would be one, instinct would be another. So these are all words that we'll be hearing in the story, and I would be questioning the students. What do you think that word means? You know, I'll play that sentence again, and that is a way for me to get the students engaged, you know, have them interact with me, and then at that point we can also retell the story, right? So in the story, let's say we would see you know, monkeys swinging around because it's a quicker way for them to move from place to place, right? We would be able to see a giraffe using its long neck to grab the food off the trees. We would see an elephant using its trunk to absorb the water from the pond or the lake and, you know, wash themselves. So I want them to see how one thing, you know, relates to the other, and that way they can understand and comprehend how animals, you know, how it is that how animals' bodies help them. So then this is when the story ends. Okay, boys and girls, so now I want you all to open up your workbooks, and we're going to go to page 98. And as you could see here, we are going to do our graphic organizer. Now, this is something I want to do all the time with the boys and girls, where we read a book and we have like the main focus or the title or our essential question in the middle of the graphic organizer, and then we would branch out to all these different ideas that the students themselves would be telling me. So for example, in the center of the graphic organizer, I would have something like, how do animals help each other? Or how do their bodies help themselves? And at that point, I would ask, okay, Peter, can you give me a reason, or tell me something about how an animal's body helps them? And he would be able to respond something like, well, the monkey, you know, swings from tree to tree to grab the bananas. Okay, excellent. How about you? Well, the snake slithers around the floor really quickly to catch its food. Okay, wonderful. The frog has a very long and sticky tongue, so it easily grab an insect. Okay, very true. A fish has gills that could swim underwater. Very good point. So then I would have, you know, a conversation going. You know, I would ask about the features. I would throw in those vocabulary words in there. And then I would, at that point, focus maybe on phonological awareness, where we would be able to use some of the words that we heard in the story, and then at that point kind of blend it in with our high frequency words or spelling words, and then ultimately the goal is for them to be able to provide facts of the story, you know, retell and rephrase the story, and, you know, model the writing in their journals, and ask them why it's important that animals work together, why is it important for us to work together, you know, why is it important for our bodies, you know, how is it that our bodies help us, you know, plug in those high frequency words. And, you know, that would be my focus for reading. I think that would take about an hour and a half if I'm just focusing on reading. And then, you know, once they do that modeling, or that, you know, rewrite the text in some sort of workbook, at that point they can, one, understand the objectives for the day. And then our exit slip would be something like, you know, just sharing what they wrote. So I hope you enjoyed my lesson for today. And next up we have math.